down to the lobby. There's a courier waiting. Yeah, that's right. I've been planning this for a few hours. Now, wait. The receptionist. Hold on.
Well, can't I just go back the way I came in? Oh my god, what did you do to that poor woman? You just sent her off to the bathrooms crying.
As gullible as ever.
What did you do? Tell her her mother died in an accident or something?
Down to the lobby before I remotely detonate your earpiece.
I mean, to be fair, I've done stuff like that at work, and I've seen other people do it at work, so it's not necessarily, you know, that anybody did anything. It happens a lot in corporate, yeah.
I think I'm going to hack this PC now while she's not here, because we might not get another chance. And then we'll get back in the Animus and actually play some pirate stuff. Yeah, and then you can regale us with your piratical accents.
My terrible, terrible pirate talk.
That's the only pirate talk anyone is allowed to do on the internet.
Yeah, but mine is like really
well,
bad.
In that case, the worse it is, the better it is, as far as the internet's concerned, right?
Yeah, but Sam's eyes then and his ears will be just gone. It will spread to his eyes, and then his eyes will begin bleeding because his ears have no more blood to shed. It's like if I sing.
Right.
I love to do it in the car, but if I did it to anybody else, I would be considered a weapon of mass destruction.
Did you sing while I was there? I can't remember. I think you've you mouthed along to some music. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, I did. I kind of try to keep under the sound level so that nobody else can hear me. But
yeah, that's what I do, because I'm terrible at singing as well. My voice is not great. But if I modulate it just right, like volume wise, you let the actual song take over the pitch and tone, and you just kind of keep it level. And people think, people think you're actually singing in the right tone. Then it's great. There's a skill to it. Okay, so she was just reading an ebook on there of the actual Assassin's Creed Black Flag game. So that's weird. It even had the little penguin logo in the bottom as well, and everything from the publishing house. I really wish they hadn't made this all first person, though, in these sections, and it was third person like we're used to. Because it just feels really clunky and weird.
Oh, come on. It's not encrypted code, for God's sakes. It's just a bloody coffee. Okay, so these are the guys from the previous Assassin's Creed games. Sean and Rebecca.
Our old friend.
These guys are assassins.
Got a call about picking up another transfer.
Oh, you said you were here to see me.
He's an arsehole.
That is one of the perks. Let's see it.
Why are you whispering?
Very nice.
I don't know.
Thanks for
I don't want him to hear me call him an arsehole.
Ciao, Rebecca. Text me.
Stuff it, Hastings.
I don't think he can hear you.
No, but she might there. She was listening in. What are you listening to my conversations for? Don't you turn your back on me.
You are with the good guys, I promise. We'll keep you safe. Trust me. Go on back to work. We'll be in touch.
Okay, that's another QR code scooped up. See, now we also have access to level 2 areas. I'm not going to do all these now, because otherwise we'll just fill the whole remainder of the stream with it. But look at this, we can go in security places and we can sneak and look at things.
Yeah, with the highest.
But we're going to go back to our terminal for now and actually be a pirate. I can't remember where we left the story off. I think we were getting the medical supplies from Charlestown. Possibly. Come on. Oh, there it is. Press A. There we go. Pressing all the wrong buttons.
Just button mash on the keyboard. Eventually it will work.
Controller, but you know. Yeah.
Either way, it
Yeah.
applies.
Mash all the buttons.
Security was at my desk.
I mean, I logged in Guild Wars 2 last night and played my Mesmer for a little while, and of course I hadn't played her for the last month, and it was like,
an
how do
awful
I
feeling
play
about
this
this.
class?
Yeah.
Oh, I just button mash
You'll be
everything.
hurt out there. I couldn't handle that.
I'll be careful, I promise. And when I'm flush with coin and set up, I'll send for you. I will.
Caroline, come away! Don't exert yourself! I can't promise I'll come, Edward. If you leave on this fool's errand, I cannot promise anything.
Don't give up on me, Caroline. Not when I need your faith the most.
Putting some shape to your sentiments?
Just a short letter home. I reckon she's past caring anyway.
Oh, you're a hard heart that should be softer.
Or soft in parts that should be hard.
And how is it you're so keen for his hard part, Mr. Rackham?
You'd like to know my secrets, would you?
Oh, aye. Give me a small hint, like. Or a large one if you're an upright gentleman.
Open your hand.
Oh,
Who's shooting?
Might be them ships sliding into port.
Jesus.
Okay, so I refreshed the stream just to see, because I know this game has some lip sync issues, but is the audio desynced for anybody else? Because it's really bad for me. Like, they're flapping their lips and have already stopped, and then I hear the dialogue.
Weird. I mean, it didn't look very noticeable, but it sometimes it doesn't sync very well. So yeah.
So Dead Money Joe, you're having that major desync too? It's not just me?
Let's see what we get when we get in the next cutscene.
too much.
Let's see how bad it is. Oh, the English are
Harley.
here.
Well, I'll be hanged. King George has grown tired of our shenanigans. Who's the grim fella?
That's Captain Woods Rogers. Not a man I want seeing my face.
We desire a parley with the men who call themselves governors of this island. Charles Vane, Ben Hornigold, and Ed Thatch. Come forth, if you please.
Hear about the King's pardon, I reckon.
What the hell is Hornigold doing?
Lily-livered punk!
What are you men up to?
I am grateful for your geniality, Captain Hornigold. I assume...
Don't mistake
They
my
know the word
decorum
punk
for
back then?
deference, Governor. I'm eager to hear what you have to say, but of uncertain mind otherwise.
Very well put. And it's a fair
Shit, somebody sees me. No.
But I promise
Leave me alone.
all who hear me out.
Only wait a while longer, Governor Rogers. These rascals will show their true colors in time.
Calm, Commodore Chamberlain. I have given Captain Hornigold my word that we will be equitable.
Won't do you a lick of good. Men like him are a blight on His Majesty's reputation and a peculiar cancer afflicting the new world.
Shit. I'm out of practice at this. Bollocks. Okay.
He's trying to shake us. Keep up, boys.
Let's get the swords out. There we go. Be gone. And of course, these guys weren't at all put off by the fact that somebody just shot.
Close to one as we've ever had.
Incredible. It's no cleaner than a dog's kennel. Captain Hornigold, please call your men.
Rackham, Vane, the governor's come calling. Bring Burgess.
I
and
mean,
Crawford
gunshots
as
in
well.
this era can't be that unusual for people to hear, but Convenient
Yeah.
leaf.
Of course,
Fan out, lads, and take this shanty town as if it were your own.
these guys here now are going to cause me a problem. I can't leave.
Aye, but the king has been particularly ineffective in bringing about this change, hasn't he?
Running.
And has failed at all attempts until now.
Careful how you talk about His Majesty, Governor. You're here at his pleasure.
I have my methods, Commodore, and I expect you to honor them to the letter.
Poke.
Disperse, the lot of you. Make way for the king's emissaries.
Out of the way, you bastards! Go on.
Our only aim here is to treat with the masters of this community.
Come on, climb.
All others are encouraged to go about their usual business.
Go on, move!
Commodore Chamberlain, please see that all merchants, masons, and carpenters are rounded up and brought to me this afternoon. We must see about repairing this fortress.
We should be confiscating weapons, Governor. Send these pirates a clear, strong message that the king's emissaries are not to be trifled with.
I have no wish to stir up animosity here, Commodore. And though well armed, we are outnumbered by a decent margin. Slow persuasion is our best and most efficient weapon.
Twaddle, Governor. We should sink every goddamn ship not flying the king's colours. To do otherwise projects its own weakness in our bearing.
Silence, Commodore. I am the goddamn governor here, ordering at the king's pleasure, and I will make the bloody decisions. Is that clear, sir?
Aye, sir. Your wishes are clear as crystal.
Kind of derping my way through this.
These are the charts, Commodore.
If it works, it works.
If they're so thick they forget that they saw me jump into the bush right in front of them and go, probably nothing. All good by me.
Yeah.
Monkeys yet. I do not. Return to your post and await my orders.
Okay. Okay, now what does the game want me to do? Oh. Kill guards while hanging from a ledge. I need to infiltrate the fort. Okay. Well, I know there's a way around this way.
I like how you can basically play this game without problem, and you know, it's basically a giant jumping puzzle. But when we play Guild Wars 2, and we do a jumping puzzle, there's a lot of Norn splat.
I think actually, you know, you're the one who struggles more. I think. I don't do too bad.
What's that? Last night or yesterday, when we that one particular one, I did awful.
Yeah,
in general.
that's true. Yeah, yesterday that one you were trying to do was just like.
That one was awful. It was terrible.
But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that the as Deadman Joe says, it's controls differently in this game. At least it's very sort of like targeted. You know, like. As long as you're pointing in the right direction.
He's got like magnetic grab
yeah,
points,
that's it.
right?
Yeah, you kind of gravitate towards them.
And stick. Unlike in Guild Wars 2 is just like, oh, did you want to stop there? Nah, and off you go off the ledge and fall to your death. So you know.
Yoink.
Or here, have your glider. Oh, were you actually trying to jump to a specific location?
Boop. And away he goes.
In the year of our Lord 1718, to render him or themselves to any one of the principal secretaries of state in Great Britain or Ireland, or to any governor or deputy governor of any of our plantations beyond the sea. Every such pirate and tyrant so surrendering him or themselves, as aforesaid, shall have our gracious pardon of and for such his or their piracy or piracy.
So I need to loot somebody over there.
Or them committed before the 5th of January next ensuing. And we do hereby strictly charge and command all our admirals, captains, and other officers at sea.
Damn it, why didn't he stab?
And commanders of any forts, castles, or other places in our plantations. And all our officers, civil and military, to seize and take such of the pirates who shall refuse or neglect to surrender themselves accordingly.
Yeah, that's true. It's very Dark Souls-like. It's more of a sort of an, well, I guess we call it like an action RPG. Rather than, I mean, this one kind of is as well, but it's almost like a platformer as well.
And in Guild Wars 2, as far as being disadvantaged, if you don't realize you're still in combat, your jump distance is compromised.
Yeah, I really don't like that aspect of Guild Wars, though, where it's like, oh, you're in combat? Yeah, we'll slow your character down. And you're like, why? Just because someone else decided to be aggressive towards me, I can't run fast anymore? I can understand if you receive a hit, you know. But yeah, and then it's like it staggers you briefly, but then yeah.
But shortening the jump distance is I don't get that at all. Suddenly you can't jump as far as you could before because somebody's mad at you.
It, yeah.
Even though you're still carrying all the gear that you were carrying before.
Oops. Okay, that guy's dead. I just shoulder barged him off the roof. Right. But yeah, I think the jump distance, I don't think it's that they reduce your jump distance, it's just that it slows you. I think it's just tied into the slowdown to the character. You know, because that's based on your movement speed, so you'll jump less.
I mean, maybe. I have seen it described, though, by various tutorials that, or walkthroughs for jumping puzzles, that if you're in combat, your jump distance is short. But that may be just how they choose to conceptualize it.
Sabotage the bow. Get in the hay with me. There we go. But yeah, I mean,
having a roll in the hay, huh?
Oh yes. But yeah, it makes no sense that like you can't move as quickly as you could. You know, it's so silly. It just serves to be nothing more than a frustration, I think.
Yeah, they probably do it because your in-combat movement ability, you could have buffs and things, and if, you know, whereas out of combat you could have a passive one, and then it becomes an active skill. So, like, logically, sure, in order to make sure your skills aren't stacking, then fine. But realistically speaking, it's dumb.
Yeah. I'm just going to start stacking up some bodies here. There we go. Yeah, that's it. It's like an artificial complication. That's a good way of putting it, Joe. You know, it seems like what I was saying earlier on. I would prefer that if I'm taking hits, you're staggered. But if you're not, if you're just running along and then something's like, aha, I'm going to chase you, then suddenly you slow down and you're like, why? Stop.
Yeah, he's looking at me hard. Now I can't run as fast.
But if they manage to hit you, or if they're firing arrows at you or something.
Take the prudent course, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
And accept the king's pardon as soon as your hearts allow. For until such time, all of you will be confined in Nassau.
I am sorry for this.
But in lieu of a public trial, this pardon is your best bet.
The governor puts it far too brightly, maggots. Take this message home. Accept the king's protection forthwith, or we will raise this town to its foundation and stretch your bloody necks.
Peace! Commodore Chamberlain, we are messengers, not executioners. Not yet.
Oh, thank you, sir. God save you.
Look on this as a stroke of fortune, lads. We should take the king's pardon and salvage what dignity we own.
Peace. I'll be hanged before I surrender to that bobbin.
Check your head, Vane. We had here a rare opportunity, a chance to take something base and shape it into a government made and maintained by men of vision. But in 2 years, we pissed it away. I won't make that mistake again.
It's truth he's telling, and you whelps can't handle it. Adieu, you forecastle-headed fuddlers. See you at the gallows.
You'll all be dead men! Bastards! I need a drink.
So you know, we play a lot of games where it can be difficult, like a complete Dark Souls series. It can be a little difficult, but it's not much nonsense, except for the Owlfather in Sekiro. I haven't played Sekiro, but I've seen it played. Yeah, I've heard people say that overall the combat, like through the world, doesn't quite go the same way as Dark Souls, like in terms of its viciousness, but the bosses, are probably some of the hardest that they've ever encountered. Is that your experience as well? But yeah, I mean, even then, Dark Souls, it's super hard, but there's a design behind the difficulty. It's not nonsensical. You know, it's like it's learning the combos, learning the enemy attack patterns, finding that tiny fraction of a window of opportunity. That it is pure skill at the end of the day. You know, there's no like, oh, this guy beat you because, well, you know, we coded him to be super difficult. He doesn't take as much damage. Sometimes you miss for no reason, and it's like, yeah, that's the game trying to. It's one of my grumps that I have with driving games that have like AI traffic, like GTA. It has this annoying tendency, and actually Watch Dogs was the worst offender for this, has an annoying tendency to artificially push traffic in your path to the point that even people coming the other way would swerve across to your side of the road just to crash into you. And I think, that wouldn't happen in the real world. Come on. You know... Yeah, exactly. It's like they were programmed to get in your way. Like, I'm driving along, I'm going to overtake this guy, going at speed, but suddenly they want to turn, and you're like, well, of course you want to turn here because I'm coming up this side of you. If I went this side, you turned the other way. You know, and it's not natural. You know, and I really wish that they did. Unless
they were in Britain at a particular time on a particular date, trying to drive from Gatwick to North Yorkshire and
South Yorkshire.
Yeah. South Yorkshire, whatever. Sorry. That place where you live that you are not going to. Yeah.
Yep, that is true. Then, of course, people drive horrendously.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my experiences with that yesterday. How do I get out of this place, by the way? I'll just jump off the wall. I had my experience with that yesterday. I was just telling Shai yesterday evening. I left the house at 9 in the morning to go to a mall about 30 minutes away from where I live, and I didn't get home until like 5 hours later, and I was only going to be there for like a half hour because there were accidents all over the place. Oh shit, this guy sees me. And he's lost sight of me already. What a fool. But yeah, there were accidents all over the place that just caused traffic carnage, and it's like, yep. Of course, because I wanted to go do a thing real quick. Right, let's get away from this area.
The reason for that was that you added the real quick thing. If you had just said, oh, I have to go do a thing today, it would have been fine, but because you Then real quick, the universe was listening and was like, "Oh no,
one does not simply
we're
do
not
a
going to
quick
let you."
thing. Yes.
Yeah. One does not simply walk into Mordor
Yes.
real quick. Yeah.
Right, we got another sea shanty for the crew. Nice. Right. So what's the next mission? There's actually an assassin's contract here. Let's have a look at this. Let's see if this is something good. So, a group of outlaws responsible for a rash of violence and mayhem in the city. They often congregate in the swamps just outside the city, kill their leader and end their attack. Sure, let's do that before we leave. I'm going to try and pronounce this name. John Lim. WM. Right? Welcome. Thank you.
John Lim Wim.
Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're enjoying the show. Good to have you here.
Can we just call you John?
Or
is it John
I think we should say John Lim. Yeah. John Lim. If that's okay with you. Because I'm terrible at pronouncing names. And most of the things.
I mean, online monikers, that's pretty standard for everybody, especially if you have, like, really convoluted
Do you know, it's weird. I envy other streamers when I watch them, and I see them getting followers, and they, like, shout them out. Like, CoCarnage, for instance, well, he doesn't really do it anymore, but he used to get, like, dozens of followers, and then he would, like, run through them quickly, like, take a quick break, go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and say all their names really fast, and get them right. Or as right as could be. Never struggled. Just every time, like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how do you pronounce these names so quick? What the hell? So, yeah.
Somebody is whispering in an earbud in his ear saying, okay, this one this way and this one that way.
One of his mod team, yeah.
We have studied and figured it out for you. That's why he's got to, he doesn't do it all right away. He's got to batch him up and be like, okay. The production crew has to study it out and figure it out.
He has researchers.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That would be cool, though, if he did it that way. Yeah.
Being prompted.
Okay, he's dead. So the whole stay out of combat clause for this mission, we're not getting the bonus. Oh, shit. Hi. Stabby, stabby. Oh, he blocked.
Maybe he's married and his wife is telling him how to say them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be it too, hey?
Well, he is married, so... Oh, yeah. Used the human shield.
That's not gonna work with me, you damned aegis!
Oh, how do I get up here? Oh, he's coming down to me. All right, then. There you go. Dead.
Isn't it nice when they come to you and save you all the trouble?
Pretty much. Okay, that guy over there's struggling to find me. Hi! Stab.
Stabby, stabby.
Where's he gone then?
Stabby poke poke. Blop. Where's the other guy? Where did he go? He's over here. There he is. I see him. Okay, he's checking all the wrong bushes. I'm not in there! Ha-ha! Gotcha.